right, my friends. So we've got this 1981 Fleer autograph set, which is what I want to show you. It is amazing. Your conditions vary. So according to the letter from JSA, condition varies from very good to near mint, mint, but it averages excellent, excellent plus. There were a couple cards, there are four cards that weren't in the set autographed: 20, 36, 348, and 407. They're not on the list, so you don't have to worry about it. None of those are major stars. There were some duplicates, two Valenzuela rookies, a Suter. There was also Lasorda and Garvey. I did find, going through them just now, a couple cards that I thought the condition was not good enough. So I'll show you what I mean. Now, usually with something like this, there'll be some spots left over. If there are, I'll remove those two cards. One is a Hall of Famer, so let me just show it to you first before we get into that. This is the set. This is card 1, card 2. I'm not going to do this all the way to 660, but Michael Jack Schmidt, MVP, third base. Steve Carlton, Tug McGraw. Again, I'm not going to say every name either. Most of, and when I say most of, like 99% of the autographs appear to be blue Sharpie. I think there's at least one in black Sharpie, and I think there's one in pen. The gentleman that put the set together, it's over years. You'll see when we get to Valenzuela, he's got two different autographs. I think Lasorda does too, and that's just for Valenzuela. I think one is an early auto, one's a late auto. But this set, it's just awesome. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just absolutely awesome. I probably don't want to talk the whole time. We're only on card 25, Tim McCarver. So, George Brett. I just want to... I can't sit here quietly either, so I guess I'm going to talk. I doubt anybody's going to sit through this whole... So here you see Renee Martin is one of the guys we have twice. You can see those are vastly different autographs. But, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think that's, you know, not a real auto or anything. I just think they were at different times. One of those looked pretty rushed. It could have just been different years, could have just been different times. But the Valenzuela is definitely different. You know what I mean? And that's one of the autos that they specifically spent time on because it's his rookie auto, and they didn't find any issue with it. So just spending a couple of minutes with this set, you're not going to have any problems with these. There's the Nolan Ryan. One thing I like about the Nolan Ryan is it actually has his own authentication on it. That I thought that was kind of cool. I noticed that doing this too. So, you know, that's one of the Cesar Cedeno, Jose Cruz. I want you to be able to find your auto. You know what I mean? Like the one you win. I want you to be able to find it. Bruce Bochy. So we've gone in order. We're going in order. You know what I mean? So anyway. These were actually in the set too, but I didn't include them because they're not autographed. I did pick up... Oh, I lied to you. This one is autographed. You know what? I think there's two... I took the checklist out, though. I thought there were two checklists that were autographed, now that I think about it. It's funny, okay, I guess not. I guess it's just the one. I didn't put it on the list, so I think we'll leave it. That one's marked. That's crazy. Why would you... If it's not auto, why would you have it in there? I don't know. Maybe he was marking them himself, you know? Maybe. I don't know. Checklists aren't in it. I don't even know who that is. Is that Blue Jays? Jesse Barfield, you think? Was Barfield in 81? No, he wasn't in 81. I don't know. All right, I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. Danny Heap, Julio Gonzalez, Joe Morgan. It's nice. Reggie Jackson, Bucky Dent, Tommy John, Lou Piniella, Greg Nettles, and it is the Greg Nettles. There is a Craig that is a kind of a valuable card, but that's not it. Like one of the errors. When this set first came out, it was actually, Bobby Mercer. It was actually pretty expensive, like one of the most expensive cards. I think it was the most expensive card in the set, was that Craig Nettles, if I remember correctly. All right, let's see, where are we? We are on no, that's his average. Card 100. This is card 100. Two Tim Lawlers. You can see. Now those look pretty close. I think that one's Penn. Oh, I lied. There's three Tim Lawler. Yeah. That's the one card that there's three of. There's two of like 20 some cards, including Steve Garvey, but he must have another card in here. He must have like because that's not it. Don Sutton. Dusty Baker, Tommy Lasorda. He has two, so you can see, one is kind of rushed, Rick Monday, Rick Sutcliffe, Ron Say, Jay Johnstone, Mike Scioscia, all right, so here are the two Fernando Valenzuelas. Definitely two different versions of his auto. I thought it was kind of cool. Two Manny Motas too. Those are definitely the same. The kid, Gary Carter. So the Gary Carter, you know what I mean? Like they're not gonna be mint. Most of them, aren't that bad, but it's a great card. Gary Carter. Steve Rogers. What year is it? Andre Dawson. The old Expos. Bill Spaceman Lee. Charlie Lee. Everybody here is getting ready for the hurricane, but I didn't want people to get mad. I didn't want people to be mad that I hadn't done this. I was doing hurricane prep yesterday. So they said it was going to be, a tropical storm at first, and then they changed it to a 1. But now they say it's going to be a 3, and a 3 is trouble. I'll be honest with you. A 3 is trouble. I think we're fine. Looks like it'll be a little north of us, which if you don't know much about hurricanes, and why would you? You don't want it to be above you. You don't want to get the bottom of the hurricane because that's where you get this, the storm swell. Basically, if you're directly, Earl Weaver. If you're directly below a hurricane, it can pull the ocean into your living room. We should be fine here at the shop. The shop should be fine. Probably wind damage is probably what we're worried about here. Lee May, Eddie Murray. And my house should be fine. Jay Brooks' house should be fine, if you guys are wondering. But my parents' house, depending on the swell, they say it could be, 6 to 8 feet. If it is 8 feet, my parents' house will be, flooded. So we hope that doesn't happen, but Golden Glove, Doug DeCences, Johnny Bench. Love Johnny Bench. Dave Concepcion, Ray Knight, World Series MVP, but that's a couple years from now. From this, Ken Griffey, Tom Seaver, George Foster, 50 home runs, George Foster. Hector Cruz, Charlie LeBrant. I want to say it's LeBrant's rookie, isn't it? I think it is. Charlie LeBrant. A lot of the rookies he had, signed twice. You can see definitely a difference in the autograph there with the Charlie. Not so much the Charlie, but the last name. This one he spent a lot more time on. It looks like a lot of these were through the mail. That's what I think. One of the autographs has the last name of the guy who got them. Like if you sign it in the mail and who to return it to. Kind of thing. Mario Soto. Another George Foster, which I believe this is a different card. That's not the same card, right? If it is, I've got it in the wrong place. That's why I want to look and make sure it's not. Yeah, that's a different card. Okay, that one says Slugger, so yeah, that's fine. I just put those in the wrong spot. That's what I'm trying to avoid. And then I went and did it anyway. Okay, I fixed it. It's not like my staff can't figure it out, but I want to make it as easy as possible, Carl Yastrzemski, first base DH. Jim Rice, Fred Lynn, Carlton Fisk, Dennis Eckersley. What a team the Red Sox had in 81. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess this was their 80 team. Don Zimmer, Dwight Evans, Mike Torres, a little stray ink down there at the bottom. Two Jerry Remy's. I wonder if it's his rookie. No, it doesn't look like it. Tony Perez, Phil Niekro, and Dale Murphy. So you see that Dale Murphy has a little. Bob Horner, Jeff Burrows, two Rick Camps, Bobby Cox. I don't know. Just something about this set. I really like it. It's not my favorite 81 set. My favorite 81 set is 81 Donruss. But this one is a very close second. Gary Matthews. Doyle Alexander. So the teams you got to watch when I was a kid were the Braves, because they were on Turner Broadcasting Station, right? TBS. And the Cubs. And then whoever they played. We didn't have a team. Florida didn't have a team till 93. Hall of Famer Rod Carew. It's awesome. And then, of course, the Rays came 98. Don Baylor. So in the 80s, you watched the Braves or the Cubs. The Cubs would be on. Bert Campaneris. I always wondered how many Braves fans are Braves fans because, that was the team you got to watch. You know what I mean? Like, that was the team that was actually on TV. Dave Kingman, Bill Buckner, Bruce Sutter. So you've got two Bruce Sutter's autos. A little different. A little different. Not much different, but a little different. So very, very cool. So there were like, I want to say like 20 cards that were duplicates. 4 cards that were missing. I feel like he should have gotten the checklist signed. He did one, obviously, but... Two Jim Tracy's. Lee Mazzilli. So I know most of these cards are not going to be worth it. You know what I mean? Like, it's only $8, and I realize that's why you did it. Like, if you get a Joe Torre, that's cool. You know what I mean? Joe Torre, very, very cool. But if you get Elliot Maddox, you know what I mean? And no offense to Elliot, but... So I want to give you time to trade. That's one thing I want you guys to do. There's going to be somebody that's going to want the Claudell Washington for the Mets. You know what I mean? It might not be you, but, you know, somebody's going to want. I'm assuming it's going to be team collectors, Jeff Reardon, Wally Blackman. You know, Bob Molinaro, like somebody. Todd Cruz. And Britt Burns. Somebody did say Tony La Russa, that it's a shame it's getting broken up. I get that. I get that. So Harold Baines rookie, but Mike Squires. Lamar Johnson. So most stolen bases in the American League, Ricky Henderson. Card 351. I don't know why that's card. Like, and you can see this is the gentleman's last name or part of it who was getting the autograph. So I feel like this was through the mail, you know, and Henderson or somebody on Henderson's team that was helping him out just wrote it on the back so they could get the card back to the, you know what I mean. Anyway, Chet Lemon. The Henderson is very cool. You know what I mean? That is a very cool card. So is the Harold Baines, let's be honest. So I'll create the list and I'll try to do the random today to give everybody time to buy, sell, trade. Dave Parker, what I recommend is that you put in the thread the team you're looking for, you know what I mean? And then put a list of the cards you're willing to trade. I'll put a list that's easy to copy, you know, I'll clean up the list for you. Willie Stargell, so that Phil Garner, you know, so that you can do that. But, you know, if you put a post in there, even now, before I do that and say, hey, you know, I want the Pirates. I'm looking for the Pirates. You know, I'm willing to trade, you know, my comments for your comments kind of thing. Lee Lacey. There are some people that are not going to trade. You know, they're just not going to. So you just got to be cool with that. You know. But some people will trade, especially if they see your list. You know, who you're looking for. Bill Madlock. Very cool. You know, somebody like Mosstown, you know, you're probably going to have to try to send a message. Just send a private message. So this Bert Blyleven, Hall of Famer, it is bent clean in half. I don't know if you can see it. I didn't see it till I was doing this. I don't see the crease on the back, just the front. You know, so I don't know how you do that. But Bert Blyleven is damaged. I want to set it aside. I don't want to ship you a bent card, even though it is a Hall of Famer. It's Blyleven. You know what I mean? It's not. So yeah, that one is, going through the cards. That is one of the ones I found that the damage was, yeah, it's just too much. Okay, Mike Hargrove. Dan Spillner. Sid Mung. Joe Charbonneau. So this is one of the guys everybody was like, yes, yes. So in the early 80s, this was like, I don't know, the rookie everybody wanted. I was trying to think of an example, but I can't think of one. Joe Charbonneau, and I'm probably saying that wrong. It's probably Schrabro or something, but I can't think of it. I think this is Mike Stanton's rookie too. Mike Stanton, I think. Rick Manning, Bo Diaz. It's a great collection. You know what I mean? Like, it's a great collection. Let's see if we can find the Blue Jay that signed that other. Okay, I don't see it yet. I want to see if we can catch the Blue Jay that signed that checklist. It looks like Barfield, but I don't think Barfield was on the team. It says 27. Let's see if I can see it. Dave Stieb. It might be somebody without a card, but that doesn't make sense either. Mayberry. I don't think it's Mayberry. Danny Ainge? Huh? Jefferson? No, that doesn't look like him. Lloyd Mosby? No, doesn't look like Mosby. Vida Blue. Jack Clark. So a lot of these cards I didn't even pull. Vida Blue and Jack Clark are both awesome. I didn't pull them out for the photo or anything. Willie McCovey. I didn't see the Blue Jay, so I don't know who that is. It's probably on the paperwork. I could probably find it, but I don't know. Hopefully I don't have it on the list or included it in the 667. But I haven't done the list, and there's a really good chance that we undersold. We usually do. So if we did undersold, I'm going to take the Blyleven out. There's another damage card I want to take out, and then I want to double check and make sure I don't need the checklist. But like, it's not part of the 667, you know what I mean? But I think we're fine. Even if we're not, I could leave the Blyleven in, ship it to you, but refund you. So you get the card. But you also get a refund. I could do that. I might do that, Sparky Anderson. That's cool. That's very cool. Sparky Anderson is definitely cool. So is Alan Trammell. Sorry, I gotta check this because everybody's doing hurricane prep and. Okay, it's my dad. Okay, they're coming over. They're gonna stay with me, but he says he's coming later, so it's fine. Alan Trammell. The Bird. Mark Fidrich, the Bird. Lou Whitaker. Trammell to Whitaker. I don't know who's the first baseman. Like Trammell to Whitaker to who, right? Let's see if it. Lance Parrish. Trammell to Whitaker to Hebner. Jack Morris. That's awesome. Jack Morris is awesome. Kirk Gibson. Huh? Won a World Series with the Dodgers. Hit that home run. Amos Otis. What does that say? Series starter? I think that's what it says. Series starter. I don't know what that means. What does series starter mean? Like Dave Winfield. It's awesome. Raleigh Fingers. You think it means like He was the first game pitcher, first game maybe. Ozzie Smith, the Wizard of Oz. I love it. I love Ozzie Smith. We're almost done, I promise. We're almost done. Tim Flannery, Jeffrey Humphreys, Barry Evans. There's two Barry Evans. One has an inscription and one is way off center. Luis Salazar. Back in the day, you would send an off-center card to get autographed because a lot of times you didn't get it back, you know. Robin Yount. It's a nice card. Paul Molitor. And then, of course, in 81, centering wasn't quite the... wasn't exactly what everybody was worried about when you were working for Fleer. Buck Martinez. I don't have my glasses on, but fortunately 81 I can read. Ted Simmons. I love Ted Simmons. Gary Templeton. Tony Scott. I brought the truck today. I don't know why. I don't really need it. Jim Cat. Leon Durham. It's a cool looking auto. Terry Kennedy and Terry Kennedy. George Hendrick. Keith Hernandez. Silvio Martinez. You know, some of these players I recognize, and some I don't, but Bobby Bonds. Tom Herr, Roy Smalley, Jerry Koosman. Very valuable rookie card for Jerry Koosman. Ken Landreau. So anyway, I was telling you that I understand that you know, breaking up this set is a little disappointing for some people. I get it. You know, the thing is that the set was for sale, and the person that bought it got it to me just for this. This Rick Langford is a little beat up on the back. I don't know if it's a huge deal, but it is a little beat up on the back. I'm not gonna... I might pull that one out. There is another Rick Langford, so I guess he probably replaced it for his set. But I might pull that card out just because... but if I can't, I won't. Ricky Henderson, so that's his second year. He has another card also. There's two Ricky Hendersons. Billy Martin. Wayne Gross. But the thing is, you know, I'm not able to get product like I used to. I wasn't included in the breakers that were handed contracts by Topps, and a lot of breakers. Some that seem to be incredibly small, and you're like, I wonder how such a small breaker. But Floyd Bannister. So this is actually the gentleman that created the set. You'll see, this one was to Bob Quigley, and that's who did the set. The Ricky Henderson card says Quig on the back. Bruce Bochy, Julio Cruz. What a labor it must have been to build this set. This wasn't the only set he built either. So here's the duel on the Steve Garvey. So there's a Steve Garvey, and then there's most hits in the National League Steve Garvey. So you've got two Steve Garveys. But what a labor it must have been, you know. It must have been really cool to build these sets. And I don't know if it's his family selling them or if he's selling them, or, I mean, they're sold, but they were auctioned. I just think it's cool. I was able to get a couple sets, Ferguson Jenkins. I didn't win the auctions. Blowout Fish did, and then, you know, he asked me if I wanted them. And but the reason I'm doing it is because I'm trying to, you know, I'm doing Leaf products, and I'm doing jerseys, and, you know, I'm doing sets. But we used to do sets like this. It's been 10 years. Rusty Staub. But we used to do this kind of thing a lot, pretty regular. You might have heard of a breaker that's kind of, you know, taken over this category, you know, vintage products and stuff like that. 400 Home Run Club, Carl Yastrzemski. And the thing is, I didn't, Cecil Cooper, Mike Schmidt, 1980 Home Run King, Mike Schmidt. And then this is the triple threat, Mike Schmidt, Pete Rose, and Larry Boa. That's a wonderful card. And then you've got Reggie Jackson, Willie Wilson, which says most hits, most runs. George Brett, 390 average. Game Saver, Tug McGraw. And then Lefty, the Golden Arm, Steve Carlton. And that's it. But, you know, I'm trying to do some other things, you know, branch out a little bit, and maybe not solely survive based on how many cases Topps is willing to sell to Blowout that is willing to sell them to me. You know what I mean? That is your set, 1981 Fleer. So I'll prepare the random, but I'll post this video first. Thank you very much for watching.